Okay, Dad, this is a nice plane, too. This is an Avenger.
That's right, son. It's a TBM Avenger.
Yeah, this is the kind of plane that HW flew.
You mean this is the plane that Herbert Walker Bush flew?
Oh boy, you're a real bonehead.
Grandpa!
This is not the exact plane, but this is a type of plane he flew.
Oh, well, is that a fact?
Yeah, that is a fact. Anyway, you can read this card here for your fans.
Oh, well, no, it's pretty detailed. They can read it for themselves. They just got to slow it down.
I guess here we go again. I suppose you're just going to be another self-guided half-ass tour guide. Allow me to do the honors. Okay, folks, everybody for themselves.
Thank you there, Joe.
You know, as a half-ass tour guide, I bet if the ship were sinking, you'd be the first one in the lifeboat.
Why would this ship be sinking? It's docked.
Well, we could have gotten hit by a Jap torpedo and sinking in shark-infested waters.
Oh, for crying out
Grandpa,
loud in a bucket.
Why would you want a tour guide on an active aircraft carrier?
That's a good question there, Bobby. For the same reason you have a horse on the ship.
A horse on a ship?
Yeah, Grandpa, why would there be a horse on the ship?
Well, it wasn't just a horse. It was a rodeo cowboy that specialized in steer wrestling.
Steer wrestling? What's that, Grandpa?
Well, it was kind of top secret.
Whoa, top secret.
Top secret? I gotta hear this one.
Okay, then clean that crap out of your ears and listen up, buckaroos. You see Herbert Walker Bush there?
I sure
Look
do,
at that.
Dad. A fine American and a fine pilot.
You got that right,
but
boy.
a mediocre
I think you
president.
might be thinking about his son. Kind of awkward and confused like
Oh,
yourself.
come on, Dad. Not George W.
Uh-huh.
What about the top secret
Well,
horses,
Bobby,
Grandpa?
back in the day, these aircraft carriers have that arrestor mechanism that stops the airplane when it lands on the deck. Sometimes it didn't work properly and it would fail.
Oh, and with no way to stop the airplane, I suppose it would crash into the ocean.
Well, that's partially right there, Mastermind. But sometimes they would do a touch and go, if you know what I mean, and circle back and try again.
Oh, and then would they fix that mechanism?
Well, sometimes they could, and sometimes they couldn't free it up. And of course, the airplane's running out of fuel too. So, guess what? The next thing they had to do to stop the
I don't
plane.
know, Grandpa, what?
Well, partner, hold on to your hats. But the moment that plane hit the deck and started going down the runway, that horse would take off. It had to be a quarter horse. Be fast enough to catch that plane, and the horseback rider, that cowboy, he would lasso it by the resting hook, and that's how they'd stop the plane. Oh, in under 10 seconds.
Whoa, Grandpa!
Oh, good Lord, Dad. That sounds like a bunch of horse hooey.
What the
if you
hell
ask
you
me.
know, boy? You weren't even born. You weren't even a dirty thought in your mother's mind back
A
then.
dirty thought? No.